friends. Happy Saturday. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. Didn't realize what time it was, and I was in the middle of making lunch. So, hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Grayson. Sorry, it just sounded like there was someone running up my stairs. Terrible. Hello. Finished building your new bookshelves. We love to see it. My weekend's pretty good so far. It's been really productive. I was up early, had a lesson this morning, an appointment, and did some grocery shopping and cleaned my entire place just now. And now I'm eating lunch and doing this. So we're getting writing in today too. Hello, Maya. Hello, Megan. Hello, Amy. Welcome, guys. Wow. Right off the top, we got lots of folks in the chat. I love it. How's everybody's Saturday doing? Are you guys working on anything particular today? I think I'm going to be working on Project Second Story, like usual. Going to see how much I can get done on that today. Let me grab my dice just so we can get set up. Amy's going to be editing a video to put up on YouTube. Y'all should go follow Amy. Her videos are love. It's under, this is her channel name, so just click her face and you'll be able to go to her channel. But how you edit your books. Ooh, I'm excited about that, Amy. That'll be a really interesting one to go and have a little watch when that goes live. And you're going to go to the second book of Guardians of the Sixth Gate as soon as you're done. Very fun. Grayson, it's very rainy here. Did writing this morning. Homework now. Oh, that atmosphere, though. Oh, that's the best atmosphere for writing and reading and doing things. I love it. I love it. Oh, my gosh. It's not raining here, but it's, like, cool today. I think it was, like, 11 degrees Celsius when I went out this morning. Right now it's about 17, so it's gotten a little bit warmer, but I think that's as warm as it's going to get all day, which is very nice. We love this fall weather. Hello, Harmonic. Welcome. Megan's going to be working on reading and editing book 1 of their You All Shall Know But Less is Best paranormal series. I love that. Yes, please click Amy's face. But yes, I'm going to be working on Project Second Story. I don't know how far my word count. Second Story. We are sitting at 30,052 words. So we've broken the 30,000 word mark. Things are going great. I'm at a moment, though, that I'm kind of feeling as though like a scene that I'm reading is dragging a little bit. So I'm trying to see if I can fix that while still keeping the cozy feeling and keeping the momentum going. It's interesting. Writing like high fantasy, which is another one of my projects, versus writing this one is so different from each other because vibes are just astronomically different. But I enjoy the experience. I don't know what my bangs are doing right now, but I'm doing something. We're just not going to touch them. Do I have any tips for writing blocks? I don't usually have writing blocks. And I think of my creativity in like waves or seasons. So there are some seasons where my creativity is just null and void and there's nothing that will, because you can't be consistently creative all the time. I usually, if there's something in my story that's just not working and that's what's creating a little bit of like, I don't want to work on it today, it's not working as well, that means that something's wrong and I need to go back to where it was working and fix it. So that doesn't happen a lot, but it has. So that's usually what I do. I go back to where it was working and see if I can fix it and get back into the love of the story again. But yeah, the creative waves are a real thing. And I'm hoping that this fall, I don't fall out of my creativity again like I did last year, because I did right around September, October, November, I was, mental health was crashing because seasonal depression's a thing. And the creativity just vanished. And I was moving. So I didn't end up writing anything or getting back into the writing mood until January, February of this year. It took a long time for me to get back into it. And I needed to start drafting another one of my stories, just fast drafting, finding the love of it. I also think keeping yourself accountable is also a good thing. Like, I wrote the entirety of draft 1 of a second story in a month because I hadn't fast drafted anything super solidly in a while. I had been working on Project Dragon every weekend for 6 months up at that point. And I was like, I need something new. I need something fresh to work on. And Project Second Story had been bothering me in my head for a long time. So I was like, okay, we're going to do this challenge and we're going to hash out an entire book in a month. And then I kept myself accountable by vlogging and updating TikTok every day, which helps me. Keeping myself accountable helps me. But yeah, the doing a different creative activity, as Amy says, is definitely a way to help. Sometimes your brain just needs a break, and you need to take a step back and come back to your project a little while later with fresh eyes, and you read back over and see what was going well, what wasn't working, that kind of a thing, and pick it back up again. Yeah, it's the creativity seasons are real strong, I think, because there are times where I just don't write for stretches on end, and that's fine. That's fine. I also love watching people's writing vlogs. That gets me in the mood to write all the time. It's a good time. But I made this coffee this morning with a new, I picked up coffee creamer, but it's not coffee creamer. It's like the silk almond for coffee stuff. And I picked up the hazelnut one and I put too much in here. So now it tastes just like fake hazelnut and I'm not having a good time. So I might need to make a new coffee, which I might do during this first sprint. But speaking of sprints, let me find our little Pomodoro friend, our little tomato guy, so that we can run this first sprint. Let me also roll and see how long we're going to be sprinting for. How does a 17-minute sprint sound, my friends? How does that sound for our first sprint? Let me get the ticker changed over. 17 minutes. How does that sound? Does that sound good for a warm-up sprint? Megan says sound good. So I'm going to do 17 minutes. All right, my friends, 17 minutes. We're going to get going, and we'll start off this lovely stream. I'll see you in 17 minutes. Sprint. Goodness me. All right. First sprint done, my friends. How are we feeling? That went so quickly. I made another coffee. It's awful. I used a different coffee creamer. I used a soy milk one. Disgusting. So I think we're just not going to have coffee today. I'm so sad. It's so gross. Oh, and it was expensive too. God damn. The joys of trying to find new things to make your coffee when you get a new coffee machine. I got a Keurig for my birthday, and I'm trying to find like my coffee, and it's just not doing it. It's the silk soy that they have. Bad, because usually soy milk is fine. I don't know. Maybe I just need to stick with the regular. Like, I have almond milk. I just wanted to try the coffee stuff because it's a little bit thicker and it actually like does something in the coffee versus almond milk just kind of vanishes in coffee. It's interesting. I don't know. I guess coffee's just not it for me today. Megan finished chapter 13. Heck yeah. We love to hear it. I have no idea how many words I've written. Let's see. About 378. Not bad. Had a good start, so I'm down. Call myself during the future. I love when that happens because you're like, I am actively thinking about writing and things that I want to write and create, but I'm not getting anything done just by sitting here and thinking. Oh, that happens to me a lot. I actually have another project in here for book 2 in this cozy fantasy series that I'm doing. As yet unnamed. I have it named, but I don't want to reveal. I don't want to reveal the name of it yet. I have book 2's plan. I don't have it like plotted, but I have a plan. Very excited about it. And I took like a day where I was just like nitpicking and figuring things out, which is very fun. I love doing that. It's still technically working. I mean, yeah, it's still creative. Maya is outlining a new work in progress. Hell yeah. I love that. I love that like brainstorming phase. It's one of my favorites. What makes it cozy? Oh, it's just low stakes. It's more, soft and slice of lifey. My 2 boys they moved to a little town by the sea, and they buy a bookstore and they renovate the bookstore. It's just cozy. It's like Legends and Lattes vibes. But yeah, the whole like low stakes but still high fantasy setting is what I'm aiming for with this entire series, which is fun because this one, my 2 main characters are an elf and a human, but my next book, my 2 main characters are what is Kier? I don't remember what I made Kier. Interesting. I have them mentioned in here somewhere. Give me a whole second. Where do they why can't I find it? Oh, here. Okay, it'll be in here. I cannot believe that I have not mentioned what the bard actually is. Interesting. All right, well, they're a bard. And my other main character is a Ganassi, which is very fun, an earth Ganassi. So they kind of look a little bit like a tree person. Love it. Because Ganassis can look like anything. But yeah, that's book 2. This one is very fun. We got like typical D&D, high fantasy, races, and all that, which I love. But the low stakes is what makes it cozy. I'm so mad about my coffee. I'm so mad about it. Am I gonna burn another Keurig pot? No. Maybe I'll make an instant one. Yeah, I might do that in the next sprint. Just make my coffee. Oh, sad. Anyways. But yeah, I'm glad that we are getting our productivity down. Glad that we're getting it down. But yeah. So happy people are writing more cozy fantasy just with no stakes in my fiction. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things that like I remember I started writing this right around Roe v. Wade, when Roe v. Wade was overturned. And it was just oh my God, was it? I can't remember if it was the beginning of June or July that happened, but we have been living through unprecedented historical making times for 3 years, and it is too much. That sometimes we just need something soft to read, a perfect escape. We don't have to worry about what we're reading. We know everything's going to turn out okay. That's why a lot of people love romance books, right? Because you know the end of that romance book, it's going to be a happy ending. You know that going in. It's the promise made from the romance genre. And you just need that. But Maya, if you want some cozy fantasy recommendations, I have a few here. I don't actually know if they're all cozy fantasy or not. They have been said that they're cozy fantasy. I have a vlog planned that I'm going to start reading in sometime in September. But I have the first book in the Dragons of Autumn Twilight Dragonlance Chronicles, which is by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. I don't know. It's got autumn on it, and apparently it's cozy. We also have Miss Percy's Pocket Guide to the Care and Feeding of British Dragons by Quinby Olson. This is a self-pubbed book that I'm so excited about. I also have The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison, and I don't know if this is in the cozy fantasy sense of Legends and Lattes. I think it's cozy in the sense of The Hobbit, which it has like the classic fantasy flair. It's very character driven. It's not like super intense, and I think it's a standalone. So that just makes it a little better. And then I have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, which is apparently very cute and like House in the Cerulean Sea-esque. And then The Ogress and the Orphids by Kelly Barnhill, which I think is a middle grade. But either way is so cute, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it. But yeah, if you wanted any recommendations while you're waiting for my books. But yeah, it's going to be a whole series of just slice of life on this little town, on this little street. The next one's going to be autumn themed because I'm doing it like next up in the timeline of the town, which is going to be fun. So it's going to be a general train of autumn goodness in the next one. I am planning on self-publishing these. Yes. I'm hopefully one day going to be a hybrid author, both traditionally and self-published. But I think with this series, it's better to do self-published. I also want to like really do my research with self-publishing, especially in Canada, because I live in Canada and it's different in Canada than it is in the US. So I want to make sure that I'm doing it right in Canada. I like have my own, I don't know, just have total control of what I'm doing. And I also don't think that cozy fantasy is going to sell super great to agents and stuff like that. I mean, it might, but I want I don't want to query this one. I just want to write it and release it for you guys. So that's a plan. Book one hopefully is going to be coming to you early next year at some point. Got to see how the editing world goes. Ow. I have a paper cut. Anyways, we're going to roll for this next sprint. We've been sitting here talking for so long. Okay. How does 24 minutes sound, my friends? I rolled really bad on the D20s. 24 minutes. Let me set this up for our second sprint. Yeah, we're going to do another little 24-minute sprint. Everything's going to be great. Both Maya and Amy say 24 sounds amazing. Awesome. Hopefully the next one will be a little longer than 24. We'll see how the D20s roll. But all right, my friends, I'll see you in 24 minutes. Sprint. My goodness, the end of that sprint caught me off guard. Hello, how are we doing, friends? At the end of our second sprint, we're an hour in, an hour and 1 minute. Hello, precious, good timing. Welcome to the stream. How are we feeling, friends? Draft 2. I've only added 640 words, so today's writing is going slowly. 640 words total. I need to clarify from both sprints. Today's writing is going a little slow, but I did fix my coffee situation. We've actually got a good tasting coffee now. It just took 3 tries. Good Lord. I think I've also fixed the feeling of like this scene dragging a little bit, which is good. So that's nice. Kind of changing it up, giving a little bit of a soft moment of between my boys, rather than the moment that I had originally, which was between Arlius and Sage, which is another one of the characters in here, but I like the way it's going. Panzer has an unplanned. Sorry, there's people yelling outside, but very cool scene going right now. Heck yeah. We love when that happens. Ooh. Megan is halfway through chapter 14. Heck yeah. You better believe it. You better believe it. It is coffee time. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm finally drinking a good coffee, and I've been up since 8 o'clock. I made my coffee this morning. I made the hazelnut one, and I put it in my Yeti, and I took it with me on my errands, and I just would sip at it, and I'm just like, this is gross. It's too artificially hazelnut. I just need to use less of it because it's still I love the taste of hazelnut in my coffees. I just need to use less of it. So that's good to know. It's good to know for future coffees. Yeah. I'm also listening to a podcast while I'm writing, which is probably not a good idea. It's probably why I'm not as productive. I'm listening to NADPod. So I'm listening to a D&D game, and it's probably not helping my creativity and my flow in the writing scene, but it's fine. It's totally fine. But yes, my friends, let's do something fun. Let's see. Whoever's working on something that they're writing, share the last sentence you guys wrote. Type it in the chat, and we'll see. Just share the last sentence that you wrote. I like doing this. The last one that I wrote was, Ari sipped at his drink and let his eyes travel across the cracked and crumbling bluish-gray facade of the bookshop. Because they're currently eating lunch outside of the bookshop. That's the last one that I wrote. What about you guys? Share some of your last lines with me. Grayson wrote, Luca laughed. Okay. I like it. 3 words. Simple. We love it. I also love the name Luca. My cousin named her baby Luca. I think I don't think he's yet 1. I think he's 9 months old, but Luca's a good name. How would you like to meet Father Rodriguez and see how a guilty person is proven to have been possessed by a demon? Whoa! How would you like to meet a guilty person is proven to have been possessed by a demon? Oh, that's spicy as hell, Megan. I love that. Woo! Actually doing character exercises. That's okay. There's someone else in here doing plotting work, so it's all right if you haven't actually written any words. That they're narrative words, I should say. That's really fun though. What are some of your characters' names, Precious? I'd love to hear them. I love characters. The door shut behind me by force as the car shot forward, tires squealing. That's when I finally looked at the driver and realized who'd come to my rescue. Oh! I love that, Amy. Ooh, it's so spicy. It's like, who came to the rescue? I want to know. 10 out of 10. So good. So good. I love discussing writing with you guys. It's my favorite thing to do. Oh gosh. I have all my windows open right now and it's so lovely in here. My air is off. I got a little fan going. I'm having a great day. Got my coffee finally working. Ate my lunch. Oh man. I needed that coffee too because I had felt a headache coming on, so the caffeine withdrawal was happening. Cameron and Melissa. Jaylani? Is that how you say that? Very pretty. And Ezra. I love the name Ezra. I've heard it a few times recently. Used for both people who identify as men and people who identify as a woman. And I'm like, what a great name. Just in general, Ezra. It's got a Z in there. It's got a good zesty feel. I love it. Very nice character names. When I was at the cabin last weekend with my parents, I handed my mom my computer with like chapter 1 of a second story on it just so she could like read the first little bit of it. And the first thing that she did was read out loud the first paragraph and then came to Ari's name and butchered it so hard. And I was like, oh no, we're going to have a pronunciation guide in this book. Because she did the same thing with Finian. And I'm like, Finian is such an easy name. It's Finnean. How else would that be pronounced? And oh my God, yeah. Arlias's name. I can see it. It's an elf name, so it's not super easy to say. But Ari is, which, Ari and Finn, easy nicknames. I laughed so hard. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to definitely need to do a pronunciation guide. I think I might do one right at the beginning of the book, just so you have like a cast of characters, and it'll just be like Arlias with like the pronunciation, Finian pronunciation, that kind of a thing. And then I think at the back I'm gonna have a glossary of magic, I think, because I've noticed with a couple of my betas, they didn't really pick up on the D&D magic. And that's just because I live in a D&D head. So it's one of those things that like I'm going to have to put that in there so that people will know that it is a D&D based magic system. So I will like explain what some of the spells are as they're used, because some of the spells are not, straightforward. Like a fireball, that's straightforward as hell. That just blows things up with fire. It's straightforward. Just fireball that room. But some of the other ones are not as straightforward. So I'm going to have to do a little glossary in the back, I think. And I'm also going to have to do a map or two. I think I might include 2 maps, like one of the continent, or at least the empire, and then one of Arrowmount itself. Just because maps are beautiful to have in books. It's one of those things. Footnotes? I will never include a footnote in my book. I hate reading footnotes in fiction. And I know like Babel has footnotes, but it takes me out of the story so hard because I'm so used to reading like university textbooks that have footnotes or articles that have footnotes. I hate it. I really do. It just takes away from the story completely because it messes with your flow of reading. So not a fan of footnotes. And I will not be including them. It makes it really academic. And I want to create a nice flow when my readers are reading. But it's an idea. I definitely will have a glossary of something in there at some point. But anyways, let me roll for our third sprint. That's a better one, 28. So we can either do 28 minutes or 34 minutes. Not like Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I didn't know that one had footnotes. Interesting. I really liked Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, and I'm interested in Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I think that one might be a better read audibly then, because then usually they have two narrators, so you know which one is the footnote and which one is not. But yeah, footnotes bother me. I was listening to the first Terry Pratchett book, and it had a footnote right away. And it bothered me. And I've read the entirety of House of Leaves for book club, and it had so many different footnotes, but in a different way that like the footnotes were a different story happening concurrently to the actual text. House of Leaves is just bananas. So I don't know if that one counts, but and really long. Interesting. Precious votes for 34. I think it was 28 or 34 minutes. You guys vote for how long you want the third sprint to be. But yeah, footnotes are interesting. I know Babel has footnotes, I think, which is by or Babel. Why did I say Babel? Babel's awful to say. Babel. I think it has footnotes because it's academic. I think it has footnotes. I could be very, very wrong. But it was actually one of the things that put me off of like Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. And then Jay Kristoff ended up being like an absolute garbage person. So I'm not mad that I didn't end up reading that book. But yeah, footnotes put me off of the book a little bit. Not a whole lot. It depends on the book. But all right, 2 votes for 34. What about the rest of you? Are you okay with the 34-minute sprint? Let me get my little Pomodoro timer. And I think what footnotes do in general is they make a book feel more academic than it is. Yeah, he culturally appropriates a lot of things, and he just, I don't know, he just is a garbage human being because he's a white man, and he pulls from different cultures in a very appropriative way. It's not good vibes. But I'm glad that you liked Nevernight either way. A lot of people really like Nevernight, so who's to say? I pulled all of the J. Kristoff books off my shelves, all of them. I had 2. I had Illuminae, which I wasn't able to get through ever, and Nevernight, which I also was not able to get through. Fun facts. Look at that. Gosh, we live in such a weird time right now where we just keep finding out that the authors we love are just deeply problematic, and it's making me so wary of pre-ordering books because I will always pre-order books for the authors that I love and I follow and I know that are not problematic. But like new authors, I am so concerned now to pre-order books and find out that they're problematic and have to either cancel my pre-order or suddenly I own this book that I can't return. Which makes me sad because where I live, I don't really have anything like half-price books that they have in the States where they, you can return or like you can go sell the books for at least a little bit of money. We don't really have that. Like we have bookstores that will take books, but they're so specific and they usually pay you like pennies compared to what it's actually worth. So it just makes me sad. But yeah, finding out authors are problematic, not fun. Everybody needs to be kind and hire sensitivity readers for your books because that helps. Anyways, I'm going to get off my little high horse here. And we're going to get to our third sprint of the day. We have one more after this, so we'll see you guys in a half hour. Sprint. And with that, my friends, third sprint is done. Third sprint of the day is done. How are we feeling? Well, I've hit a wall. I think it happened because I'm writing the scene that I did at night, and it ends with Ari and Finn just exhausted and falling into bed, and just like Ari's eyes just like shutting, and I'm like, oh, I could do that right now. I'm tired. I could do that right now. But oh, how art imitates life. Oh, goodness me. Ouch. Precious took a good ass break. We love to see it. Sometimes that's what we need. My draft is now sitting at 31,698 words, which is great. We love to see it. We love to see progress more than last time. I've added about 1,000 words now. We love it. Or I added 1,000 words that stream. Yeah. Goodness me. Oh, my hands are dry from cleaning. I need to go get some lotion. And how about the rest of you? How are y'all doing? Also, welcome, Allie. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Jenna. Hello. Y'all popped in the middle of that. Goodness. I'm having my friends over tonight to celebrate my birthday, because my birthday was this week. So I hope that this coffee kicks in. Because I'm tired. I also have to take a shower. So one more sprint. Hopefully not a super long one. And we'll call it for the day. Because I got a shower. I think my friend gets off work at 4:30. And then I'm just going to go home and shower and do stuff. And then pick up my other friends and come here. So I have a little bit of time. But yeah. Thank you, Precious. I appreciate it. Amy's getting a lot done. Heck yeah. Well, I'm glad that you got a lot done before he woke up. I'm surprised that your toddler naps, because I've heard a lot of people's toddlers just don't nap after a while. They just stop napping. I'm like, what do you do when your kid stops napping? Like, that's got to be just the worst, because then they're overtired. I mean, I don't nap, and I was a good sleeper when I was a kid, though. But no longer. I love sleep, though. I'll sleep well tonight. Been up all day. Up since like 8 this morning. Goodness me. Anyways. Yeah. Well, I will roll another sprint. Well, hopefully by the time he stops napping regularly, he can entertain himself a little bit. So you can, like, I don't know, sneak in writing time, or get it in when he actually goes to bed at night. Or what do other moms do that write? I always see them getting up at ungodly hours, which I could never do. And they're like 5 a.m. writing club. I'm like, that's too early. That is unnecessarily early. No one should be up before the sun is. That's what I say. Oh. All right. That's a more reasonable sprint. That's 21. So we can do 21 minutes or 27 minutes. How would you guys like to round this out? For our final sprint of the day, getting those last little words in. The last hurrah. Goodness me. Gosh, I love this story. It's just making my heart so warm. Amy votes for 27. What about the rest of you? I'm going to set up my Pomodoro timer. Got one more sprint for us today. Amy voted for 27, but the rest of y'all, what do you vote for? Precious says 90. Maya says 27. All right. I think we're going to go for the longer sprint then. One last hurrah. And we'll see where things get to. I don't like it when my neighbors come home because it sounds like they're coming in my door, even though I can see my door. It sounds like they're right there. Jenna also says 27. Heck yeah. All right, my friends, we're going to go for one last sprint. Round us out nicely into the 2.5 hour range. And I will see you at the end of it. Sprint. All right, friends. And with that, that's not what I wanted. The end of the stream has arrived. How are we feeling? Woo. I need to get up and do something else because I am falling asleep right now. My goodness. But I will say, let's see what draft 2 is sitting at. So at the beginning of the stream, I was sitting at about 30,000 words, and I am now sitting at 32,378 words. Killing the game, crushing it. Amazing. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling at the end of this lovely stream of ours? Oh, it's been nice to get so much done today. Today has been productive as hell. Love to see it. Cleaned and went shopping and had a lesson this morning and did my writing, and wow, and it's only 4:00. We love it. Precious got 78 words down and brainstorming. We love to see it. Amy says it's been super productive. Heck yes, we love to see it. What a good stream. Thank y'all for joining me. This has been wonderful. I always like hanging out with you guys on Saturdays. Always makes my day just a little bit more productive, which is always a good thing. My goodness. But yes. Do I have any more to fix on this scene, or can I just hit save and close my cobs down by the beach? Okay. All right, my lovely friends, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturdays, whatever you end up getting up to. Thanks again for joining. I believe next weekend I will be here, same time, same place, for more productivity streams. But other than that, y'all will see me 2 videos this week. As always, vlog and proper channel video at the end of the week. I don't know what I'm going to be filming this week. That's going to be fun to figure out. Oy. But other than that, I think we're going to be good. Thank y'all for coming. I've had a lovely time, and I hope you did too. But I'll catch you guys in another one very soon. Bye.